Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please ensure to like, share, and subscribe. And also click the bell notification in the top right-hand corner to be made aware anytime I upload tutorials or videos to YouTube. All right, let's craft together. Hey guys, today's tutorial is going to be about creating your own design using images inside of Cricut Design Space. So one of the things that I want you to learn from this is that not only is it helping you to become more familiar with how to utilize Cricut Design Space, but it's also showing you how to go in and get a little bit creative by using and merging some of the images together to make it into something of your own, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to create this cute little black little girl today, ballerina style, okay? And so what you have on my screen and what you're looking at is these are the item numbers in Cricut Design Space. So if you want to do this project, then you can go ahead and get these item numbers. And what you'll do is you'll just go over here to images on the left-hand side. You'll put those image numbers in and click the magnifying glass, and it will find those images for you. Now, once you locate an image and you got it and everything, and you come back here, you always want to make sure that you clear out everything, because if you don't, Cricut is not going to take you to the next image. It'll act like it can't find that image number. So you always want to kind of start here when you're getting ready to do your search, okay? So I have already searched to try to cut down on some time. I've already searched each one of these and got them for you to make it easier for you if you want to do this project, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we want to take a look at what we want to use from each image. So I want these little Afro puffs off of this image right here. And she has a big Afro puff, which I used when I did my first design, but I think I want this one. And then we're going to be removing this little band thingy here off of her head. And we're going to put some words inside of the Afro puff. And then on this one, we want to take the body, and this outfit. And that's all we're going to be using from the second image, but we will be using this face on the first image, okay? So hopefully with all that talking I just did, if you're doing this project with me, you had a chance to go in and collect your items, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this image here, and on the right-hand side, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of whatever I'm not going to be using. Now we're going to have to keep the black because the black is what is making up her eyes and a little bit of her hair and then her mouth. So we do have to keep the black. We're going to keep the brown for the coloring. And we're going to, like I said, we're going to get rid of this hair bow thingy here. We're going to get rid of that. So on the right hand side of your screen, you can go ahead and deselect the items that are associated with the hair pieces. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and deselect those and get rid of them. Okay, so now that we did that, I want to show you that the mouth is on its own, but the eyes are part of this black background. So if I deselect that, you're going to see, not that, I'm sorry. If I deselect the black, you're going to see that it takes away the black in the hair and the eyes, and then, where the hair was down here. So we don't want to do that because we do want to keep this portion of the black hair, but we want to get rid of everything else. So the way we're going to do that is we are going to deselect the brown just for a second to where we only have the black. And we're going to insert a shape, and I would recommend a circle. And we're going to duplicate that circle. So you should have two circles, and they should look just like that, one on top of the other. I'll put one in a different color so you can see it better. Okay, so we're going to take a circle like that, and we're going to click outside of the two circles and just click on both of them to bring them together, or not to bring them together, but to highlight them both. And we're going to slice. And what we're doing here is we want to get a shape that we can place here to get rid of this portion. Okay, so we need something that's kind of like this shape here. Okay, so we're going to take and highlight these and then delete them because we don't need them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add one more shape, and I'm going to add a square. And that's because I don't need these sharp corners on the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those. So I'm going to slice again. Now remember, you can only slice 2 layers at a time. You can tell how many layers are highlighted. 1 layer, 2 layers. If you have more than 2 or only 1, slice will not be active. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and slice. And your slice results will show here. So I don't need that square. I'm just going to click on it and delete it. And I don't need the 2 little dot things on the bottom. So I'm going to delete that. And that's another one. And then this is the only part that I want. Okay, so I'm going to put this in a different color again so you can see it better. And I'm going to bring it over here and kind of turn it around, position it to where I need it. And I'm not putting it on the circle part of the hair. I'm trying to get it outside of the circle part because I don't want to interfere with the shape of her head. So I'm going to kind of bring that out a little bit. And I'm going to bring it out just a little bit more because I want to get just that little tad bit on the end. Let's see. So that looked like it might be, let's see, might have to swerve it just a little bit because I don't want it to interfere with my ear down there. So basically what I'm doing is I'm chopping off, or I'm going to slice in between here, which is going to separate or put a separation between the round head and this little hair piece. And then I'm going to slice the rest of it off. So it's going to take 2 slices. So I'm going to go ahead and slice. Hold on 1 second. I just want the black part and the yellow part. That's it, the black and the yellow. And I'm going to slice. All right, so again, you'll be able to see that we have here that separation, and that's what we wanted. So what we're going to do now is there is this little piece right here. We're just going to take a shape. I'm just going to use a square. Kind of turn it around like that. And I'm going to chop off that little part of the hair. Let me make sure my little ballerina piece is not in there. Just those 2 pieces, and I'm going to slice again. So again, doing this, guys, trust me, you're going to get so used to using slice and how it's supposed to be used, which is one of the things I want you to get used to is how to use slice, because a lot of people get stuck on slice functionality. All right, so there we have that now. And hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this for just a second because it looks like I deleted my brown piece, and we're going to go to contour. Okay, it's gone. Somewhere in there I got rid of my brown piece, and I did not mean to do that. So give me 1 second. We're going to go back in and get I'm going to delete that. Made a little boopsie there because I deleted the brown part of her face. I thought I separated it for some reason. I thought I did. Sometimes Cricut will have you going crazy. So I apologize for that. So what I'm going to do is just go back over to my images, and I'm going to put that number in again. and bring it right back. Hold on one second. And hopefully that's the right number. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna bring her back in just so that I can get the brown part of the face, because somewhere in there, I thought I separated it, but apparently, you know, Cricut thinks I tried to delete it. So I'm gonna go ahead and deactivate the black. I'm gonna get rid of the um, everything except for the brown face. So if you are following along and you made that slip up because of my instructions, I apologize. Just reinsert the image and then put it back. Just get rid of everything except for the brown face. All right, there we have it. So now we have the face. What we're going to do now is we're going to take this character right here and we're going to use contour. And we're going to click on hide all contours so that we only have the hair part and the face, and just click on the X. And we're going to use that slice again. Like I said, you're going to get real comfortable with using slice if you don't get anything else out of this. So we're going to take another circle, and I always think about what shape is going to give me the best results for what I'm trying to do. Okay, so I'm going to unlock the proportions here and see how big I'll be able to get this. And all I'm doing is trying to get one of these little Afro puffs. So I'm going to slice after highlighting. And I'm going to delete all this excess that I don't need. And then I'm going to insert another shape, and I'll just take a little square because all I want to do is separate this from this Afro puff and slice. You guys are going to be slice geniuses that decide to do this project. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and bring the face back down, and we can go ahead and group that so that we don't have to worry about it, like, you know, not showing up. And I'm gonna put her little earrings back on because I had deactivated the earrings. I'm gonna turn this around and we're gonna place that Afro puff on top, just like that. So look how cute that is. Now, the good thing is you can unlock the proportions on this Afro puff, and you can make that Afro puff as big or as wide as you would like it. I'm going to make it kind of big because I want to put some words inside of it. So I'm going to this time type in some text, and it's going to say cutie pie. Cutie pie. I'm going to drag that down. I'm going to go to alignment and say circle, center, not circle. And I'm going to give it a different font type, something that's free. And I'm going to use a font that you'll be able to still see it, even though we're going to put it behind her head or in her little puff here. So we got that. We're going to change this color. Just so you can see it here, we will go like that, and we're going to make it smaller. You can make yours say whatever you want it to say, okay? Whatever font you so choose. I'm just going to put cutie pie. And then I'm going to move her head or face and everything back up. And we're going to get this situated. And then we're going to get that situated. And what I mean by situated is make it look as center as possible so that it doesn't look kind of, you know, wonky. There we go. All right. So now we have cutie pie on there. And you could actually put a kid's name. You could put, you know, I don't know, whatever you decide. Or you don't have to put anything. You could just have the little Afro puff there. All right, so now that we have that, You could either slice this into the ponytail, into the Afro puff, or you can just let it be. I think I'm gonna let it be. I don't think I'm gonna slice it this time. So since I'm not gonna slice it, I'm gonna make it a little bit cuter. Let's see what we got here. And again, I'm gonna change the coloring. And see, that's how we get kind of lost in some of the lettering, because it'll take away where we can barely see it. Let's see. Let's try one more. That should show up. There we go. All right, so we're gonna put cutie pie right there. And then it, okay. I changed that to a print. It's all gonna be a print when we get done anyway. There's not gonna be this is not a cut project. This is gonna be a print and cut project. So when I change it to print, the front looks much nicer and much thicker. So we're gonna leave it like that. All right, so now we can go ahead and take this and group it all together. And the next step is to now start piecing together what we want here. So we know that we need the body, we want the outfit, we don't need the lighter complexion, and we're gonna keep the little shoes. And so what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna go in because um, we really don't need this part of the body. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take that body part and I'm going to slice it. So let me ungroup this. I'm going to click on ungroup in the top right corner and I'm going to move everything out of the way here. And I'm going to again use another circle. Remember I told you slice, slice, slice. I'm going to use this circle without going too far. And I'm going to slice. Highlight them both and slice. So now we don't have to worry about that head in our way. And we're going to go ahead and change the complexion. Now, anytime you have an image on your screen, the colors are going to show up in your color code or color combination. So we're going to click on her body and we're going to change her color to the same color as the head. So we can make that match. You can make it larger. Oh, I got a little bit of a little part right here I need to nip in the bud. So I'm going to decrease the size here. And go ahead and cut that off. All right, highlight them both and slice. All right, now we're cooking with gas. Delete that because we don't need any parts of it. So we're going to take and put her little body here. And what I like to do is, and we can go ahead and delete these. I'm going to add a circle to make a neck because I do want her to have a neck. So I'm going to unlock the proportions so that I can make this look however I choose. And then I'm going to make it the same color as her skin complexion. And then I'm going to bring it over and I'm going to say center back. And then we can move that up a little bit. So now she has a little bit of a neck there. All right, we got one more slice, two more slices to do, and we're done. Now, if you want to use these little hair bows, you can. You would just need to, you know, slice this accordingly or size it accordingly to fit her. But I don't want the little bows. So I'm going to slice those off. Okay. So by now, like I said, if you don't have anything down, you should have slicing down pat now because we have sliced up a lot here. And we're going to take that little skirt and we're going to go ahead and size it out to fit her. And make sure you get it on her right. You may have to unlock the proportions to kind of maneuver it. All right, there we have our skirt. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to slice out this little piece right here because that was her mouth on the previous little cutie pie. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of that because we do not need it. All right. So you can delete that. And now unlock the proportions again because you're probably going to have to resize it to what you need here. So you may have to do a little bit of maneuvering. And I'm going to bring it up a little bit higher. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is move this little neck part here. Hold on 1 second. Okay, hold on. Let me get that neck. Let me get that neck. Let me get that neck. Where's my neck at? There it is. So I'm going to move that neck over a little bit. And okay. Keeps being wonky. I don't like wonky. Let me go ahead and drag this down a little bit. And we're going to pop that head in. And of course the head is super large, but we're going to resize everything here. So let's take that down some. And we don't want her to have a very large neck or long neck. And then we're going to bring those shoes over again. There we go. All right, I think that's good. Oops, wait a minute. So the brown part I have to bring down, so I'm going to have to resize that skirt. And you may have to do the same thing, guys. There we go. And all right. So I may have to take a little bit more off that top brown because it's acting a little wonky. It's like, not today, you're not dressing me. I don't want to be a ballerina. There we go. Ah, every time I say there we go, okay, let's do this. I'm going to separate the shirt from the little shoes, and that way I don't have to worry about the sizing matching. So we're going to slice those so that the shirt will be on its own and the shoes will be on their own. And that way we can get it sized without interfering with the bottom part of the shoes. There we go. And I'm going to bring it down just a little bit like that, and then bring the shoes back and back over. All right, there we go. That's better. Every time I say that's better, that's what I think I'm missing right there. Is I didn't unlock, that's what I didn't. I didn't unlock the proportions. That's why that shirt was giving me such a hard time. And there you have it. You can bring the skirt down so you can see a little bit of her belly. I'm not going to do that. I think I like it just like this. And I think I'm going to click on the earrings and I'm going to make them, I think they look pink, but I can't really tell. Let's see. That's orange Doris. Okay, there we have it. Once you get her all together, click on everything. You can just click anywhere in the white space and drag, and it will highlight the entire doll or ballerina. And then in the top right corner, click on group. And now we have her all in one piece, okay? What we're gonna do now is I'm gonna add a little bit of an offset up in the top menu. You do not have to do this, but I'm gonna add a little bit of an offset, not much. So there's something right here that shouldn't be there, and I can tell because of the offset. So I'm gonna take that offset off for just a second, and I'm gonna add a shape, a little bit of a square here. You can kind of see it's a little black dot. It's showing up in my offset. So if you get that, that means you have something in there that doesn't belong. All right, let's see if I'm going to be able to slice this out. I don't want to have to do a bunch of work here, so I'm going to have to ungroup this, unfortunately. You guys just hold it right there. And I'm going to take her head and this dot. So I'm going to take that and her head, and I'm going to slice. Oh God, I got rid of her face again. People. Okay, so what I'm going to do to rectify the situation is I'm going to move that brown out of my way. You got to ungroup it. And ungroup it. So I'm moving the brown out of my way, and then I'm going to slice to get that little dot. A lot of work just to get that little dot, but I got to do it because otherwise it's going to show up in my offset, and I don't want that. So now I can delete that and delete that. All right, so I'm just going to place everything back. Just right click, send to the front, and put her little hair back. And put her little cutie pie back in there. And let's fix the neck situation. Okay, here we go again. Here we go freaking again. That was my problem. I did not unlock those proportions earlier when I kept messing with this shirt. So you can bring the shirt up a little bit, bring the skirt down a little bit, and that'll give her that little bit of tummy wummy like that. All right, so now let's go. Oops, let me go ahead and group this because honey child, she moved one more time. I'll just close my computer. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So now we want to take and highlight the entire thing and click on group. And now you have one cohesive little cutie pie. And now we're going to add the offset. So we're going to drag it over. I'm going to make mine as thin as possible. And I'm going to change the color of the offset. And there you have it. So now, again, highlight the entire thing and click on group because you want the offset to become a part of her so that it all moves together. And the good thing about this, guys, is you can duplicate this, you know, and have more than one. And you can go in and change the color of the clothing just by clicking on it. And of course, if you wanted to have the cutie pie and all that good stuff, you'll have to go in and make those changes as well. But hold on, let me find the wording. Da, 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 da. Oh, bala, bala. Cutie pie. All right, let me see if I can find my wording here because my eyes are playing tricks on me. Right here, you can change the color of the wording. And now you can also change the color of the earrings so that you have a little pink one and a little blue one. And we can also get those shoes and change them as well. So if you go through the process, guys, of creating this, please go through the process of saving the name of it. You can name it whatever you like so that you can always come in here and make your changes. Okay. So now we have a little blue cutie pie, a little pink cutie pie. We have two little cutie pies. They're all put together. Now these are going to be print then cut projects. So what you're going to do is we're going to go in. I'm going to let you take one last look up here at your numbers. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the print screen on my keyboard. Do not attach or flatten these, guys, because it's going to take away some of your detail. And I don't know why Cricut is doing that, but it takes away some of your details. So I do print screen. You can use your snippet tool. If you have Snagit, use Snagit. And then I'm going to pop over here to my PowerPoint. And what I'm going to do is just paste them in. And I'm going to give it a name, save as, and I'm going to put them in my little folder. Not that folder. Not that folder, honey. All right, so we're going to call this one, what was my last number? 5, 6, I'm going to say 7. All right, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to pop over to remove BG, which is remove background. I'm going to upload image, and basically I'm going to locate the image that I just created to remove the background. And it's these two little cuties right here. And there we have it. We're going to download it. And we're going to right click and save as. And I'm going to put it right back in that same folder. Now, when you go into Cricut Design Space, We can take these and we can hide them. Make sure you save this project because that's a, oops, I forgot something. What did I do? I surely hope I got all her face in that image. Because when I just, oh, I'm clicking on just the face. That's why. I was about to get very upset with myself. There we go. All right, now when we go into Cricut, make sure you save this. I'm going to call it Cutie Pie since that was the name that I gave it. I'm just going to save it as Cutie Pie. And now we can upload those images into Cricut Design Space. You would just locate them the way you would normally go and look for your images, wherever you save them on your computer. And you want to get the folder that says Remove BG in the title. And I select Complex and Continue, Print then Cut, add to your cart or your canvas. And there you have it, 2 print and cuts. 2 print then cut. You could print from here or wherever you like. And if you want to separate them out, where you have 2 separate images, go ahead and slice it. Just like that. All right, so we know we don't want that black background, and we don't want this black background. And now we have 2 separate items that we created in Cricut Design Space. Okay, so we basically, you can get creative, put a little name on the little shirt or, you know, on the little skirt. And we have basically taken, let me go in here. Okay, M3, Oopsie. There we go. So we've basically taken and recreated this image. Okay, so you can use the image directly inside Cricut Design Space, or you can go in and pull some designs together. Use contour or the layers and separate some of those images to make them your own. And you'll end up with cutie pies, just like that. Not saying that she's not cute, because she is, but this is just giving you your own individuality in regards to designing. Okay. All right, guys, that's it. If you are currently following me on Facebook and my Facebook group, Ken Dorsey's Cricut and Creative Crafters, thank you guys so much for supporting me via Facebook. And if not, and you would like to join my private group, then please send me a Facebook group request to Ken Dorsey's Cricut and Creative Crafters. And if you are currently subscribed to my YouTube channel, thank you guys so much for supporting me by subscribing to my YouTube channel. And if not, if it's the first time you're seeing me and you like my method of teaching, then please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. All right. All right, guys, more designing within Cricut Design Space. If nothing else you learned from this, you learned how to slice. All right, but I hope you learned how to design these cutie pies as well. But just in case. All right, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. And you know, my motto is each one reach one so that each one can teach one. And you guys have a great evening.